Weather out there today is hot and shitty, with continued hot and shitty in the afternoon. Tomorrow, a chance of continued crappy with a pissy weather front coming down.
In her youth, my mom's family owned cows and 10 water buffalo. She told me just this morning before I came out to film these beauties that they all have distinctive personalities and some of them can be mean. So I proceeded with caution. I don't want to be known as the neighbor, that guy in the neighborhood that got completely owned by cows. It rained 2 mornings ago, so some of the vegetation has improved in the field, so that's why the cows were out there. As a matter of fact, it was the first rain in 2 months. Khon Kaen and much of Thailand, especially the Isan Plateau, is known as a quote-unquote tropical savanna. This means that we get plenty of rainfall, indeed 6 to 7 months of rainy season where you can expect torrential downpours. But we also get months of dry weather, and this winter, really dry weather. Like I said, 2 months with no rain. What differentiates the Isan area from Bangkok and the south is that the winters here are noticeably cooler. I mean, it gets down to 10 degrees Celsius at night sometimes. The cool spell was especially long this winter. So when the weather started to dramatically heat up last week, it was a bit of an adjustment for me. I actually had to run the AC a few times, and I'm not that big a fan of air conditioning. I mean, yes, it does help you not suffer so badly when it's really hot and really muggy.
Tomorrow, a chance of continued crappy with a pissy weather front coming down.
For the most part, if you can run a bunch of fans, I'm more comfortable in that kind of an environment. There's just something about the air conditioning process that I don't like, how the air just kind of dries out. It just feels not great. But due to it being in the 30s, that is somewhere in the 90s Fahrenheit, and it was really, really muggy, and I had been used to the cooler weather, running the air conditioner was a bit of a relief from the shock that I was feeling.
Yeah, it's a bit weird living in this house because our neighbors don't have air conditioning, yet we've got 4 units, one for each of the bedrooms and one for the living room. A bit posh.
Oh, hello.
Evening. Sorry to disturb your,
Elegant dinner party for the most elegant people in all of New York.
Okay, so maybe not that posh. Anyways, we've got mangoes now. We've got 5 mango trees. Believe it or not, they're blooming. They're producing fruit, all of them. So I have to figure out a way to get the mangoes off the trees eventually because I don't want to throw food away. But my goodness, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I mean, they're not small mango trees. These are 5 big mango trees. 2 of them are producing fruit already, as you can see here, and the rest of them are blooming. I'm really, really happy about it. But again, I don't want the fruits to just drop and rot. So I've got to figure out a way to get this into the hands of actual people who want to eat them. I definitely can eat mangoes, but from 5 trees? Come on now. My mother likes to keep a nice house. She likes to keep a neat yard for the most part, and a house looking nice. She rakes these leaves under each of the mango trees to clean up the appearance of the yard and to fertilize the trees and keep the soil moist. What concerns me are the potential unintended consequences of this. What concerns me is the Russell's viper. I'll take 1,000 bovine confrontations from Sassy cows before I deal with just one of these things. Look, envenomation leads to some nasty symptoms such as necrosis in the bite area, severe pain that lasts for 6 weeks, bleeding from your gums and urine, potential organ failure, and death. Luckily, if you get treated quickly, your chances of dying are greatly reduced, as are other severe symptoms, except extreme pain. Did I mention I hate pain? We're going to be installing a shed soon to house the lawn equipment, and my biggest fear is snakes making their way into that shed and making it their home.
Get out! Get out!
And being bitten by one. Don't want to be bitten. Don't want to be bitten. Don't want to get bit. Unlike the king cobra, which despite it growing to 17 feet long and being such a boss that it eats all the other snakes, but whose general behavior is to scurry away from people, it's a relatively shy snake. The Russell's viper is an ambush hunter. Its general behavior is not to run away, but to sit absolutely still as it can. And because the pattern of its scales match that of the dried dead leaves that it kind of rests on the forest floor or whatever, it's hard to spot. Sitting absolutely still on a pile of leaves means that it has no choice but to strike out if you get too close, or if you may step on it. And being that it's practically invisible, you really could step on it. I avoid leaf piles when I can, and when I'm cleaning up the yard and the general area and the roads and whatever, if I see dead leaves around, I'm very, very careful not to go near them. I just don't want to get bitten by a snake. Like I said in a previous video, I can't get hurt right now. I'm kind of a quasi-caretaker of sorts, so I really have to pay attention. I'm also very cautiously approaching these cows because they seem to display some curiosity with me. One of them even tries to approach me. So my bovine adventures are probably going to continue, but cautiously, like I said. I don't want to get my butt beat by a cow. I've also got to visit the States soon in the dead of winter. Not really looking forward to that. I hate cold weather. I love to see my family. I just would rather see them during warm periods. Anyways, when I get back, I'm really going to have to start looking for work or some other hobby or something to occupy my time. I'm starting to get cabin fever. I'm basically occupying my time visiting temples and spending my time at cafes reading books and doing book reviews. Kind of a spoiled life, I guess.
Elegant dinner party for the most elegant people in all of New York.
So the temperature is rising, as is the humidity, and the creatures are starting to come out of the woodwork. Saw a centipede just last week. Quite a big one, not the biggest I've seen in Thailand, but it was probably about, I'd say maybe 7, 8, 9 centimeters long. Unpleasant looking creature. It looked like it was dying for some reason. The ants were attacking it. I just kind of stayed away from it, and by the time I came back, it had disappeared before I could take pictures of it. Also, the usual creatures, cockroaches, crickets, all sorts of insects. They don't really bother me all that much. It's the praying mantises that creep me out, and obviously I want to stay away from the centipedes because they got a nasty bite. But I'm going to be spending more time outside. I enjoy it outside. I like the heat, actually. As long as the air moves, I'm not going to complain about it. Anyways, I'll check in later and give you some updates. I've been working on a few videos, but they've been slow coming as I've got things that are really weighing heavy on my mind right now. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.